Ideas? Well, they're easy. It's implementation that's hard. Make mistakes faster. Ideas are a commodity, but execution of them is not. These are all quotes about starting or running a business. Now, a reasonable question any sane person would ask after hearing these analogies is, well, why exactly would anyone want to do this? It's definitely not the best marketing pitch I've heard recently, but these analogies do imply a commonly held truth about starting your own company. It's one of the riskiest things you could possibly do with your life. Why? Well, because building a startup is really hard, and difficult tasks have a much higher risk of failure than easy ones. That makes sense, right? Most startups fail. It's hard to argue against the view that building a company is extremely risky if viewed in isolation from a micro perspective. But if you change your framework and your framing, the risk changes too. You want to invest in a product that's still new and unpopular, a product that the market doesn't really care about yet and has the potential to tank. But you have an excellent feeling about this. Your gut's telling you, and you're wondering if investing in it is a risky business decision. Well, what decides risk? How much you may have to lose when things don't go according to plan? When your success or failure is dependent upon the outcome of that decision? Different risks fall under the umbrella in the business world. A career risk could lose you your income. A time risk could mean you spend a lot of time on a failed idea and need to start over and over again. And a financial risk might mean losing all your money and even going into debt. Implement ideas to draw the line between taking a business risk and being negligent. It's a word, doesn't roll off your tongue. Check this out. Do your research. Avoid investing money in projects for no reason. If you can't answer almost every question you're asked about the project, it's probably a bad idea to put your money into it. Be aware of how many extra hours you're going to need to invest in your project or business. 6 months on a failed project is 6 months you'll never see again, right? Also, think about how the decision will affect your reputation in whatever field you're currently in. Set a risk level. Set a limit on how much money or time you're willing to commit to the decision. Look at how much profit or turnover you can make before investing more at a particular price or investment point. Weigh the risk and see if your business will survive if you take it. Another one. If taking a risk will ruin you if it doesn't pan out, then that may not be the best investment of your time or money. Never play with money you can't afford to lose. Society always puts examples of people who put it all on the line as heroes. I tell you, most of those people had backup plans. Risks have to be calculated. Otherwise, you will join the countless number of entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business that have crashed and burned. Write out a list of pros and cons. This list will help you clarify what you want and identify risks. You therefore have a level of ground to access your risks. Balance your risk to reward ratio. Low risks may prevent failures and losses, but you might not be as aggressive as you need to be in the market space. Carefully consider your chances of failure and how often you can continue to fail and still stay in business. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times? Talk to people you trust. Ask for advice. It helps so you don't make impulsive decisions. Avoid asking too many people for advice. Many people have different thoughts and opinions, and it can confuse you and make it harder for you to decide. Just stick to, 1 or 2 trusted opinions. Stay committed. You can plan and plan and plan, but get tired and quit halfway through. Commit and follow through all the way to the end. Observe how things turn out, whether it succeeds or fails. Pay attention to every step. It's an opportunity to learn for potentially next time. Don't wait for things to fall perfectly into place. Even when you're not aware of it, you're taking risks in business all the time. You're always pivoting and mitigating risks to an extent, and sometimes you can stomach the risk, so don't wait too long. Don't just do it. Go with it. Doing something risky, doing nothing is even riskier. Rely on your intuition. Suppose the process doesn't yield an overwhelmingly specific or clear path. Go with your gut. It's rarely wrong. Even if it's incorrect, you'll be able to accept the responsibility for that choice. As humans, we are naturally risk averse, and it's easy to fall into a pattern of continuously choosing the safe option in all the aspects of our life. But truth is that more risk equals more reward from a professional and a personal perspective. If you're ambitious and want to scale, your impact should be seeking out hard challenges, not shying away from them. Because these are the challenges that will both make the biggest difference in the world and help you grow and develop the most as a person. All successful business people have failed at least once and started over, but the experience gained is always valuable. Understand that a business decision that you make could go either way. If the risk of failure is high, but not too high for you, don't be nervous about failing. If you never take a risk, you will never grow and you'll never know your chances of succeeding. Do a careful evaluation, but then decide. You won't regret it. One way to mitigate your risk and learn if your super cool, amazing business idea might have a chance of succeeding, then you have to ask yourself key questions and answer them honestly in order to identify and avoid those blind spots in your plan. My Assess Your Business workshop is to help budding entrepreneurs, possibly like you, to assess the probability of success for the business idea that most interests you after you've asked yourself all those questions and decided your risk tolerance, whether it's an idea right now or if you've recently launched. And it, as I said last week, it might not look like a unicorn you thought it was going to be. It's kind of looking a little not so good. This workshop is a business litmus test for aspiring entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. If you're interested in discovering what that probability might be, I encourage you to click on the link and get your name on my list. I'm keeping head count down because my clients and you guys folks said you feel the learning is richer in a small group. So get your name on the list. I'll let you know when it opens up, and we'll see you next week.